Time now for Quick Take by the Numbers. It's where we give you the numbers that tell the story. This afternoon's number is $3 billion. Roblox co-founder David Baszucki, known on the site as, quote, Builder Man, has a $3 billion stake in the gaming platform. Now, that's based on pricing for its direct listing as of earlier today. So that could go even higher. That's according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Now, the company has planned an initial public offering last year, but delayed it until 2021, and then it switched it to a direct listing. Direct listing typically doesn't result in any new money being raised like an IPO does. A Stanford University graduate with a degree in electrical engineering, Baszucki founded Roblox back in 2004 with Eric Castle after the pair developed educational software for teaching physics. Castle died back in 2013, but Baszucki has a 12% stake in the company. He'll receive an additional 11.5 million shares of the company if Roblox meets certain long-term price targets. That's according to a filing. And he says that he won't take any other cash or equity compensation for as long as 7 years after the listing, and plans on using any net proceeds for philanthropy. That's according to a spokesperson for the firm. Now, Roblox hasn't been around for quite a while, all the way since 2004, but has really experienced massive growth in just the past few years, with the majority of its users not even being of age to vote. So what's behind all of its popularity? Here to talk more about this is Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja in New York. Hey, Jen, look, start with the general question for people who do not have Roblox. What is it, and how did it build such a massive audience?
Yeah, I mean, Tim, I think a lot of young tweens are probably laughing at us adults talking about it because this has been around for them for so long. But I mean, it really is such a massively popular game. And even when I was talking to my niece, she said it's not a game, it's a universe. So it really started off as this universe of virtual experiences and games. And so, you know, young people could go on there and build their own games and then interact with their friends and, you know, get to experience other games. But, you know, it's a free model, but the way that the company has been able to make a little bit of money is through their virtual currency, which is called Robux. And so users can purchase Robux to add additional features to their characters like avatars, or even to experience different games within Roblox universe itself. And so that's really the unique factor of it. And kids, as you mentioned, young people have really been attached to this game. I mean, the company says that 2/3 of all US kids between the ages of 9 and 12 actually play the game. And they expect that 1/3 of Americans under the age of 16 are playing the game. And one important note, it's a lot of young girls who are playing this too, Tim. So this has really turned into a massively popular game for young people. And it's also turned into a career for some people who are developing their own sort of Roblox universes within this space because they get a cut of some of the revenue from the purchases.
Jen, this seems like the perfect thing for kids to be doing during the pandemic. I'm wondering how growth for the company has been over the last year.
Yeah, I mean, the company totally saw users soar during the pandemic. And it was pretty interesting to see the different ways that kids were using it. So, of course, Tim, as you know, schools were closed. Kids were not going to play dates to see their friends. And so a lot of young people turned to Roblox to continue to interact with friends. They were on there having birthday parties with multiple friends, and they were still able to talk to them and still get that social experience. But also, we saw a lot of teachers actually using it. And Roblox actually developed a feature specifically for teachers to learn how to sort of use it and implement it into their curriculum and sort of tease in a little bit of education for their kids who are on there. And so we sort of saw those two use cases for it, but it completely soared. I mean, the numbers that the company says they report between 37.6 million to 39.6 million daily active users. And as you mentioned, they're going to start trading later today. We could see the company valued at $30 billion, but that could go up. But I think the big question remains is, are kids still going to play this when they are able to see their friends again and they're back in the classrooms? I know a few kids who I think will, but I mean, that's what the company is dealing with at this point.
Yeah, so that's the big question I have, Jen. And by the way, here at 12:34 Eastern time in New York, obviously, Roblox is indicated open at $64 to $66 a share, up from the $45 price indicated last night. So So significant jump, at least as of now. Jen, I wonder about the rest of the year, though, because when we talk about the pandemic and we talk about trends accelerating, the big question that I think is unknown to a lot of people is what this growth looks like on the other side of the pandemic, when students are back in school, when students are able to actually play with their friends again and leave their homes. What does the rest of 2021 look like for the company?
Right. That is the big question that the company is grappling with, because they don't exactly know. But I think some of the trends that we're seeing is that, of course, gaming is going to be down once people are out and about a little bit more. But I think that is why the company has really sort of leaned into these other use cases for the Roblox experience. So as I was saying before, some people don't even consider it to be a game. It is a learning tool. And so we could see sort of that extension continue with educators turning to it for that reason. But we did hear from the CFO, who did tell investors that they expect that daily active users might drop in Q2 of 2021, but they're still planning on massive growth. So it's huge here in the US. They're expecting to expand into Europe and Asia. And Tim, and you can only imagine what that might open up, right? That's even more young coders who are going in there and creating these experiences, even more interactions that are happening. So that's one factor. But then it's also, with more people comes potentially more risk for people who are on there who don't have the best intentions for the young people who are on there. So the company is also dealing with that security factor as well. But, I think it's a testament to the fact that they're finally going to start trading after delaying their IPO last year. And so, we're really going to have to watch closely. But it seems like this is here to stay for a lot of kids at this point, Tim.
Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja. I think I got to start getting on Roblox and